I, um, I came here 5 years ago in 2008. And a week after I came here, I was in a very severe car accident. And that changed my entire world. And since that time, I've been always afraid to come back to Swing Out, New Hampshire, afraid of what would happen when I go back home. Just some silly superstition. But there are some people here who convinced me that if they come, I will come. And so I did. And I'm so glad I did. Because the community here, the people here, the connections that I've made, the music, everything, it's so fantastic. And there's something I really believe in this group of people. These are good people. I mean, we come from all different walks of life, very different backgrounds, but we carry the same passion, the same love of this dance, of this music. And I want to share something with these people. I believe that these good people have the power to do good things in the world. And this past week was the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington, when Dr. Martin Luther King said his "I Have a Dream" speech. And I want to remind the people here that that wasn't too long ago. That was only 50 years ago, and there's so much more in the world to do. And so, every day of this week, on the flight coming here, I've been rehearsing this poem in my mind. And going to bed every night, I've been rehearsing this poem in my mind. In class, I've been rehearsing this poem in my mind. And then during the cabaret, I presented this poem to everyone because I want to share with them the belief that we actually can make a difference. And when I shared it, I looked across in that crowd of people and I can just feel connected to every person I was looking at, and that was such a powerful experience. And then when I was finished, I bowed and I left the stage. And I was walking back to my chair. Someone stood up, and then groups of people started to stand up, and then everyone stood up, and that just caught me. And I just stood there, and I was so overwhelmed by the feeling of that room. I couldn't help but just cry in appreciation of how everyone felt at that moment. We were all one. And it was a beautiful thing.
On August 28, 1963, 250,000 people gathered together in front of the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for the March on Washington, with hope in their hearts that they can change the course of a country. And on that day, they heard a king tell the dream that he had for a nation. The strength of the civil rights movement helped to dismantle some of the injustices, some of the prejudices present at that time. And the courage and the conviction of those people enabled many of us here to have the rights that we live with today. But 50 years later, the structures of oppression still dominate the landscape of this country. And despite all the progress that we've made over these past 5 decades, we continue to carry the debt of social and economic injustice. This poem is in tribute to all those that have stood up and all those who continue to stand up against the injustices in this world. I paint the world with the colors of my words, with brushes fashioned from my heart and my soul, upon a canvas of my imagination. This night, I wish to paint for you a picture of who I am. I walk steadily, but often clumsily, on a path to freedom. For the end of all oppression, and for the liberation of all peoples. I play in a band called Justice, and together we march on that road to freedom. On the cornet, Robert F. Kennedy. There are those that look at things around them and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. On the clarinet, Mahatma Gandhi. First, they ignore you, and then they laugh at you, and then they fight you, and then you win. On the washboard, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And on the vocals, two very special women. Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. And little Watson, if you've come here to help me, you are wasting your time. But if you've come because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together. And on the guitar, Che Guevara. Déjenme decirles, a riesgo de parecer ridículo, que el revolucionario verdadero está guiado por grandes sentimientos de amor. At the risk of seeming ridiculous, let me say that a true revolutionary is guided by great feeling of love. And on the tuba, the tall end, you do not have to finish, but you cannot quit. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan Chen. I'm playing the trombone for you all tonight. Thank you all for coming out. The world around us is merely a reflection of the world that exists within us. So let us make good what is in here, so we can make better the world out there. This is the song I play for you tonight. This is the song I